What's going on, guys? It's your boy Steven again, and welcome back to the follow-up video on the Galarian Articuno. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I just recorded this video and then I found out that I made a big mistake in the video, so I'm gonna have to redo this video. So let's get back into the groove. So I did a prediction video on the Galarian Articuno stats when they first teased it in trailers, and it was basically shown that this was going to be a thing in the Crown Tundra. I made a video that previewed the Galarian Articuno's stats, and we had a look at what this thing could do with the information that was available at that time. So my prediction video will be on the channel. Obviously it's still there, and I will link it in the description down below, but I've got my predicted stats here on the screen, and then we've got the actual stats that it got when it got released, basically when it is in the game right now. So I hope everybody is enjoying the Crown Tundra, because it has been out for a few days right now. I'm definitely enjoying the game, the DLC. I'm still not finished with the story. I've been messing around with the Dynamax Adventures a bit too much probably, so that is hindering my progress in the story, but I will definitely finish the story in the coming and following days. But we are gonna have a look at the stats right here. So my predictions are on the left, the actual stats are on the right. You can clearly see that. So we predicted the stats to be the following, and we saw a sort of team with these Galarian birds, stupid foam going off. They basically didn't really drop stats. They did drop stats, obviously, because some stats got lowered, but they did it in a special team that they used on the other birds as well, as well as on the new Regis. They basically took the stats that the regular birds already had, but they just rearranged the stats. So for example, the special defense is now 100. It was basically 125, so the special defense moved from the special defense on the regular Articuno to the special attack on the Galarian Articuno, and they just rearranged the stats. And now that we've seen that, and with the Regis also, it's pretty logical obviously that they used some kind of formula like this, but I didn't think about that when we predicted the stats. So let's get into the predictions and the actual stats. So I predicted them to go with the 75 attack. I thought they would drop the physical attack. They didn't. They just kept it at 85 HP. Obviously I didn't touch on this on the original video, but I did touch on it in the Zapdos or Moltres video, I believe. HP stats actually never get touched when creating alternate forms. So in this case I didn't change it, but it's not going to change because they never changed the stats for the HP. The attack, I predicted them to drop it to 75. They actually did not touch it. It is still 85 as with the regular Articuno. I've got the stats up here on the left or on the right, not on screen, but for me to just bounce off. And then the physical defense was 100 on the regular Articuno, and they dropped that to 85, so a big decrease in physical defense. The special attack, as I just mentioned already, got a huge buff by 95, going up to 125, so that's plus 30 points. Then the special defense got a huge drop, but still a respectable 100 special defense. And then the speed, I predicted to go up by 10 points to 95, which is actually correct. So that was actually the only stat that I got right, as with the HP, but again, as I just touched on, the HP is never going to change. So we've got a 125 special attack mod with competitive as its ability. Basically, a competitive boosts your special attack by 2 stages up, and it happens when you get a stat decrease. So whenever one stat gets dropped, you are basically getting plus 2 special attack. So an Intimidator coming in on this Galarian Articuno. Thanks guys, plus 2 special attack, and we're going, we're rocking. Now, the big problem with this Galarian Articuno is probably its move pool, which is a bit lacking, if I must say. I've got moves up right here. I mean, it does get some moves, and it kind of gets more utility moves, I would say, which is not ideal on a set that you want to be using the special attack on. For example, it gets screens if you want to have a screen setter in the Articuno, gets hypnosis if you want to be ballsy with a 60% accurate move. It gets tailwind, which is probably have to stay in screen here, but I've got a back itch right now. Obviously that always happens when you are recording a video, obviously. As I was saying, it gets tailwind, so Articuno tailwind user, definitely viable. You can obviously boost your speed when you Dynamax this thing and you use max airstreams, but tailwind is also an option. It definitely has to have its freezing glare, signature move, 90 base power, special attack, psychic type, and it has a 10% chance to freeze, so you're basically spamming that move all day. Basically that's gonna be Galarian Articuno for you, spamming freezing glare. And then it gets Hurricane as well as Air Slash, so you're gonna have to decide if you want to go with the 70% accurate move in Hurricane and have 110 base power, or you're gonna have to drop that down to 70 or 75. Let me check. 75 for the Air Slash, and it does have a 95 accuracy. It also has a 30% chance to flinch, so if you're gonna go with the Air Slash and the Freezing Glare, you've got two stat moves with additional effects, 10% freeze chance, 30% flinch chance, and you basically have 100% accurate move and one in 95. So that's looking pretty solid. But I'm probably gonna be using Hurricane. If I miss a few, I'm probably gonna say screw this Hurricane and I'm going to Air Slash. But those are gonna be your two primary stab moves, and you're probably gonna be clicking those a lot of the time. It does get Ancient Power, so you have Rock type coverage if you need that on the team. I don't think that I'll be using Ancient Power myself though. It's just too low of a move, 60 base power, and the stat boosts are so unpredictable. Again, 10% chance. Yawn. Big yawn. Sorry guys. It is a 10% chance, so it's basically the same chance as the freeze on the Freezing Glare. But you're probably not going to click the Freezing Glare in hopes of just getting the freeze. It is just a base 90 move, so it's a very strong stab move, so you're going to be clicking that because of that, and the freeze is an additional effect. The Ancient Power you're probably going to be clicking because you want the 10% stab boost, which is a lot less likely, and it's not a stab move. So again, Ancient Power, not that great of a move. Probably. It does get Trick Room, so Trick Room is an option on this Articuno, potentially to set when going down. For the rest of the team, Future Sight is a thing if you want to be utilizing that. Then what kind of I need to be sure that I'm using the right moves here, because I think this is for the regular Articuno standard level up. Yeah, so this is a mistake I made in the original video, which I'm not gonna upload obviously because we are re-recording the video. I kind of messed up between the regular and the Galarian Articuno's movesets, so I thought this Galarian Articuno got Ice type moves, but it does not apparently. It does not get Ice type moves, which is pretty stupid because I was rocking out with a Ice Beam as my third offensive move, but it turns out it does not get an Ice type move. That is so unfortunate. Ice Beam, Blizzard, both TRs for the regular Articuno and not for the Galarian. It does get Psychic, but you want to be using its signature move. There's no way you're going to be using anything else but the Freezing Glare move. Psyshock, the same story. It does get Shadow Ball, maybe a good move to put on there to counter other Psychic types, but not really sure if you've got the space for it. I mean, my set is probably going to be the two stab moves, so Air Slash or Hurricane, one of those two, and then the Freezing Glare. Probably Protect, because we have the space for it. And then the final move could be Shadow Ball, could perfectly be Shadow Ball if we don't have another move. It also gets Calm Mind, Stored Power, but again, you're probably going to be using the Freezing Glare move. It does also get Ally Switch, which again is a great utility move. So, I mean, I'm not sure on the offensive Articuno here. I mean, it could be an amazing utility mod. If we had these utility moves on the regular Articuno with that 125 special defense, Articuno could really be a very good utility mod with Ally Switch, with Protect, with Tailwind, with stuff like that, dude. I mean, that could have been Recover. I mean, that is pretty decent, if I may say so, but we're gonna probably be using an offensive Articuno, so that is probably gonna not be on this set. Ally Switch is a brilliant move, but it does not need to be on your offensive mons, because you don't want to be using that slot in your 4 moves for Ally Switch to start off with, because you want to utilize other moves. And also, Ally Switch is a move that your partner Pokemon has to click, so you can potentially dodge the move that your opponent wants to go for. So Ally Switch, good move, but probably not for Galarian Articuno. And that's basically it, dude. So it does get a few physical moves, but again, you're not going to be using the physical moveset or physical moves. It gets Psycho Cut as a physical special move. My goodness, yawn. Oh, sorry for the yawning, guys. I'm not sure where that's coming from. Psycho Cut is your psychic type physical move, but again, you're not gonna be going with a physical move or a physical moveset in general. So again, Imprison is there, so Imprison Trick Room could be a thing to stop Trick Room from happening on your opponent's side. And if he does not have Trick Room and you want to utilize Trick Room with a back portion of the team, then that could be something. Imprison Trick Room and then your 2 stab moves. But my moveset, judging by what I'm seeing right now and what I've got in my head, I'm probably going to go with Freezing Glare, Hurricane, or Air Slash. That is to be determined then, and then probably Protect. Tailwind, I would suggest. I think that's probably going to be your best moveset. And then if you have something along the lines with Trick Room, you could potentially go Imprison Trick Room and then your 2 stab move. I think those could be the 2 best options for the Galarian Articuno here. I really do think that are the 2 best options. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any other ideas potentially. I mean, the moveset is pretty limited, unfortunately. At some point in the future, it will probably get access to a bit more coverage moves. They will probably allow it to get more moves from different typings, and you could potentially branch out this Galarian Articuno. But for now, you're going to be rocking out with those 2 stab moves, with the competitive, with that 125 special attack, guys. And that is going to be the end of this video. I mean, Galarian Articuno is definitely going to be a beast and a monster and a threat, I can tell you that. But unfortunately, it did not get as many moves as we would hope. And again, I predicted this thing to get a few decent moves, and I really thought that it would get access to Ice type moves, but it does not get access to that. So unfortunately, Articuno does miss out on a few coverage moves and a few extra typings in terms of moves. But it is what it is. We are happy with this Galarian Articuno. It's a beast, it's a monster, it's looking amazing. Look at this shiny beast. I mean, oh my god, if we could have shiny hunted this thing, I would be all over it. But my goodness, it is not going to be for the Crown Tundra. At least not right now. They might release it, but it's not going to be in the game. Then they're probably going to distribute it in an event, an online event or whatever. We'll have to wait and see what happens on that side of things. But we are going to wrap this video up Let me know in the comments again down below what you think about this Galarian Articuno. Thumbs up the video if you liked it, and if you are pumped and hyped for this Articuno, and if you like the current Tundra as well. So I will catch you guys in a future video. I'm definitely going to be doing the same style of videos for the Zapdos and the Moltres, because I did preview all the 3 birds as well. So I'm definitely going to do the follow-up on the other 2 birds as well. So definitely stick around if you want to see those videos. Subscribe for more, and if you don't want to miss out on those videos, definitely do subscribe down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video, guys. Bye bye.